Neighbors, this is Tony. I'm recording an update to my rainwater capturing system. This is long overdue. A few years ago, shortly after my family and I moved to this area, we determined that we needed to set up something like this because on our property we don't have any ponds or streams or springs or any water source, which is a 30 by 40. I set up 3 of these totes. You can look at my previous videos. And this one here is one of the 3. I'll show you the other 2. They're all 275 gallon so-called IBC totes. Plastic tub surrounded by a steel frame. And this is one of the originals. So what I've got set up here, as you can see, there's the guttering from the manufacturer. And then at the top, as you'll see in my other videos, I've got a square to circular adapter that's connected to the little downspout piece. And then there is a 45-degree PVC piece that connects the circular outlet of the adapter to a, I guess it's called a reducer, but it reduces down a 4-inch to a 2-inch line. And then there's a 2-inch PVC line to this 45-degree elbow. There's a short 2-inch section of PVC coming out of that elbow. And then you can see there's a screw clamp that is fastening this flexible tubing or hose down to another very short piece of 2-inch PVC where I've got it attached via the screw clamp. And then this piece here you can see is a 2-inch nominal size T. This side outlet I have for overflow, and then this is a 2-inch PVC with a 2-inch female socket and an NPT thread here. I don't know which size that is, but it's probably close to a 2-inch nominal NPT that threads into the top of this cap. And this works fairly well. It's lasted. All of this has lasted without repair or replacement except for this tubing. This, I think 2 times in the last 3 years I've had to replace it. This would be the 3rd time. So the sun just eats this up pretty quickly. And then supporting the totes, as you can see, I've got 3 pallets here. They're all wooden pallets as opposed to plastic pallets. They're medium quality, I would say, and they are breaking down. You can see the wood is collapsing. The other 2, which I'll show you in a moment, and I've replaced those already, those pallets were, one of them had completely collapsed. So at the bottom here the wood's rotting. And then the other thing is I've got the totes secured to the top pallet by way of these conduit clamps, I think they're called, and some screws, if you can see that. So that's the original design, and again it's worked fairly well. The other 2 totes are over here. So this is another, I've got two options, the original, and then I'm trying out this alternative way of capturing the water. So here you can see I've removed the flexible tubing or hose that you saw on the other one. And then what I've got set up here, if I can get this to focus, is I think this is a 5-inch, it probably says on here, this is a reducer coupling, 4-inch by 6-inch. So a 4-inch by 6-inch reducer coupling, PVC. This is there's a piece here that goes into this large, I don't know what you call these things, but so you can see what it is. The rubber material, 2 large screw clamps, and then a similar reducer like the one I've used before. In fact, there's a 2-inch piece of PVC that connects this female socket to this female socket. You can't see it. So I've got this piece and this piece, the 2-inch line inside here, and then the original 2-inch with the thread on it. So I'm thinking here, actually it hasn't rained since I set this up, but I'm thinking the water will flow out of here and be easily funneled by this large 6-inch diameter feature here on the reducer coupling. Hey, Button! And then as you may be able to see here, there's a bit of screen. So I have on top of this part that's up inside here, I have this screen. In fact, you can probably see it. If I can get this camera down inside there. And that screen is just there to keep out big chunks of stuff, leaves or bugs, even mosquitoes from getting down inside the tote, laying eggs. That's my thinking anyway. The shop is not situated next to trees, so there's no trees or anything above it. So I don't have an issue with debris flowing through my tubes into my totes. But still, I wanted something between the water in the tote and the water from the roof of the shop. And so I've got this screen down inside here. And that's some old leftover that we had from repairing a window. And then on the bottom, these pallets are a lot heavier duty. Former friend of mine gave these to me. They can support a lot more weight than the original ones that I used. And here, because of my different setup on top, I only have 2 pallets, just to get this valve and the tube off the ground is why I have it up on pallets, so it's easier to access. Then over here, on the 3rd tote, I have set up 3 pallets like I did on the original. They're all the heavier duty, so I think these will last a lot longer. And then I've replaced the tube just a few days ago. So this will last probably 8 or 9 months or so, that plastic tube. And that's fine, it's not expensive. So it's worked pretty well. And then the last thing I'll say is the black plastic, I think it's, I don't know where I got this, but it's held up fairly well. I've had to replace it once in the, I think approximately 3 years I've had these totes set up. It's all missing on the top here. So there's probably a better way to protect the plastic of the tote body from the sun than this stuff. It breaks down fairly quickly, faster than I thought it would. So I need to look around at different options for that, and perhaps in an update video I'll explain what I chose as a replacement for this stuff. Appreciate any feedback or comments on the system. Take care.